Hello and welcome to our Renovation Masterclass. My name's Bridget Pushka and I'm delighted that you've decided to invest some of your valuable time with me today. I promise that I'm going to do everything to make the next 45 minutes worth your while and valuable for you in your home renovation. I can say that because I've been designing energy efficient homes for more than 20 years. The homes I design for my clients are beautiful homes that they love. And what I found time and time again was that the value of the homes that I designed were often 30 to 50% more than what my clients paid to have them built. So this is what I want to share with you today. Now, I tell you this because I've seen all the mistakes that can happen in a renovation. I've spent years working on these projects and I've figured out how to design a home so that it's affordable, energy efficient and healthy to live in. So that's what I want to give to you today, the easy way to renovate. That's what this masterclass is about, how to renovate your home without costly mistakes and add over $100,000 in value and save 20% on your energy bills. And the best thing is that you can do this if you haven't renovated before. This training will help you even if you don't know where to start with your home renovation. This is the sort of advice I charge clients for their home renovations, and today you're getting it for free. And if you stay to the end of this masterclass, I've got a special gift for you where you can get all your renovation questions answered for free. So you may have already printed out the worksheet for this masterclass, so fill this in as we go along or grab some paper and a pen. First, let me ask you a question. What if you could have your dream home? Just think about this for a moment. If you could have your luxury dream home, what would this mean to you? A beautiful home that uses 20% less energy? How would you feel if your home was low maintenance, if there was nothing to fix and everything was sorted? Well, guess what? You're in the right place. Well, who's this training for? Well, this training is for any homeowner. If you own your own home, this is for you. This training is for anyone planning to renovate their home and improve their home, even if they haven't renovated before. Anyone who wants to add value to their home, knowing that their investment will be worth 30 to 50% more. Anyone who wants a comfortable home to live in and wants to save 20% off their energy bills. So if this is you, this training's for you. So I may as well tell you who this training is not for. Well, it's not for people who don't want a healthy home, people who don't want low energy bills, and people who don't want to show off their home. This training's not for them. If you want to live in a healthy, comfortable home that uses less energy, a home you show off because you're proud of your home, well, this training's for you. It's a very smart decision that you're on this training, and I'm going to show you why. You may well ask, why am I doing this? Well, honestly, I'm looking for like-minded individuals who want to renovate their home into their dream home, people who want to save money on their energy bills, individuals who want to live in a healthy home and add value to their home. So I don't know if this is you yet, we'll see. So in the next 45 minutes, I'm going to show you 3 things. How you can renovate your home on your budget, how you can make your home comfortable both in winter and summer, and at the same time lower your energy bills by at least 20%. And 3, I'll show you how your home can make you sick. This is what I'm going to teach you today. How valuable would that be for you? So here's why you need to know what I know. I'm not just an architect. I've trained in energy efficient homes and I'm licensed to rate houses for their energy stars. I've trained in the German method of passive house, which is about making houses highly energy efficient. I've studied environmental and energy studies of buildings at the University of East London, and I've got a Masters of Science in Architecture in Advanced Environmental and Energy Studies. And on top of my architectural training and early in my working career, I trained and worked at the Royal Melbourne Hospital as a registered nurse. So healthy living environments are important to me as they are to you. The number one thing that I want you to know is that I'm still designing houses. all the houses I've designed for my clients have had limited budgets. None of my clients experienced cost blowouts when their houses were built. And all the houses I've designed required very little heating or cooling. So everything that I teach you works right now for houses today. It's very important to be aware of that. There are secrets to renovating on a budget. I'm talking about secrets that mean that you can have the home you want for your budget. How does it sound for you? There's a science to renovating a house so that your home's comfortable all year round with low or zero energy bills. There's a way of making your home a healthy home. You may have heard about sick building syndrome. There's a way I can teach you to make your home a low allergy home with good indoor air quality. That's what I do. That's what I can share with you today. So just to let you know, there's nothing for sale today. So relax, there's no sale pitch here. Literally, there's nothing for sale today. But what I'm going to do is the opposite. So if you stay to the end of this program, I'm actually going to give you a gift that's valued at $497, no strings attached. This gift will dramatically change your results when it comes to renovating your home. Now, it's also a way to have all your renovation questions answered for free. So stay to the end of this masterclass and I'm going to give you that gift for free. So are you doing things the hard way? It's an important question to ask yourself. Are you frustrated with your house, with the way it is right now? Do you feel you want to rearrange your home because walls are in the wrong place and there's not enough space? I've seen someone so frustrated with his house and what to do with it, he's literally used a sledgehammer to start demolishing the walls. It turned out that the walls were load-bearing walls, so it was luck that he stopped after he made a great big hole in the wall before he asked for my help. Are you wanting to improve your home, but you don't know where to start? You don't know the first thing about renovating your home, and you don't know where to get the right help, the right type of help that will get you the home that you want. Are you worried that you don't know much about building costs, and you're worried about renovation cost blowouts? You've heard that it costs a fortune to renovate, and this is stopping you from going ahead with your home renovation. Do you have high energy bills, both in winter and in summer, and they just keep getting bigger? Are you concerned that your home doesn't look right? It doesn't reflect who you are. It doesn't suit your lifestyle. Well, you're not alone. Again, I see a lot of home renovators who are stressed and frustrated with their house. They're stressed about budget blowouts and not been sure about what's the best way to renovate their home. Have you worked out a plan for your renovation, but is it right? Could it be better? Is it the best plan for remodeling your home? Would it look weird when it's built? And what would other people really think about your home renovation? Are you uncomfortable living in your home? Does your house get way too hot in summer so that you have to run the air conditioner for most of the time? And in winter, are you cold in your home despite running the heater? Do you feel that your home looks shabby, it needs an upgrade, there's not enough storage, it's messy and disorganized, and this feels like a big blockage in your life? Do you find that you don't have the time that you want to spend with your family because you're busy trying to make your home look presentable? You spend most of your time tidying, cleaning, and organizing your home. You've been thinking about renovating for a long time and still you haven't started. Is this you? Are any of these 10 things, or maybe all of these things, at times of frustration for you? Are these things that you're struggling with? How does it make you feel? If that's you, listen up. How much is this worrying you, stopping you from spending time with your family and friends, and keeping you up at night, and keeping you from having a home that you love, a home that you can show to your family and friends? You've heard all the horror stories about how it costs a fortune to renovate and it takes forever, and you still don't end up with what you want. And let's not kid around, it's stressful to renovate. It's been reported that 12% of couples consider divorce when remodeling their home. That's how stressful it can be. Financial stress is one of the worst stresses, and during a renovation, this can happen unless you have the right advice. And the last thing you want is to have your dream home renovated, only to face your marriage breaking up. Yes, renovation can lead to stress from not knowing the best way forward, not knowing what's going to happen next, to financial stress from cost blowouts during your renovation. The reasons why renovations fail is that there's a lack of planning, there's a fear of mistakes, there's a fear of being ripped off or losing money, or you make poor investment choices. Now, if all that sounds too hard, the good news is it doesn't have to be this way. So what's the easy way? Let me show you some examples about the easy way. How have the following people been able to know the best way to renovate their homes without making costly mistakes? These are my clients who've been able to build their homes without making costly mistakes. So this is John. John owned a heritage cottage in St Kilda with his partner Libby. John's a retired engineer. He was a partner in one of Melbourne's leading engineering companies, and he supports the Greens Party, and he was a Greens councillor for the local council. And Libby worked for Parks Victoria, so they're both strong supporters of the environment. Now, John and Libby wanted a contemporary sustainable home, a home flooded with natural light and use little energy in the running of the house. This is what John had to say. Most architects claim they understand sustainable design. Bridget is one of the very few architects who actually do. The house is exceptionally comfortable in all seasons and economical to run. Now, because I'm going to show you how you can make your home more energy efficient in this training, this is critical. John's saying that his home is exceptionally comfortable in all seasons, and on top of that, his house is economical to run. That's why I'm saying that you can reduce your energy bills in your home renovation by at least 20%. John and Libby ended up generating enough power from their rooftop solar panels to run 9 households. And this is Bev and Ken. Bev and Ken retired from farming and were planning their retirement when they got me to help them. Bev suffered from multiple allergies, and she needed her home to be an allergy-free home, a healthy home to live in. And they wanted their home to be energy efficient so they had low energy bills. This is what Bev said. I'd like to say that it's been a very interesting journey for me. I've been introduced to many new products and ideas, and I'm now much more willing to embrace these ideas. Bridget is very talented and has been wonderful to work with. Bev's happy and relieved that she hasn't had any allergic reactions since living in her dream home. And they've found that their home is very comfortable to live in. They don't need air conditioning, and during winter, even the builders said they were amazed how warm the house was. So you get the design right, you get results. It's all about the system. And here you see Libby with her dog on her farm in Gippsland. Libby and her partner Colin decided to retire on a farm. Libby worked as an environmental officer and appreciated the value of an energy-efficient home. Colin's an electronics engineer and was skeptical about energy-efficient and sustainable homes. He wasn't convinced that they'd work very well. On their farm, they had an existing post and beam structure, and this is what they wanted to use for their dream home. So we worked out the most efficient way for Colin and Libby to use this structure, so that they could have their dream home, which was a straw bale home with a worm farm composting system independent of the power grid. When their home was finished, Colin said with some amazement, "So it seems a well-designed and well-built house does indeed provide good thermal performance without any further energy input other than the sun, wind and ceiling fans. This system is simple, but it works. You get the system right, you get the results." I'll talk some more about their home a bit later in this training. So I want to do the same thing for you. Now that you've got an understanding of why I'm talking about reducing your energy bills by 20% and adding more than $100,000 in value to your home. So at this point, I'll put in a disclaimer. The results that you see here are not typical. Everyone's situation is different. At this point, I don't know you or how well you can apply what I teach. Life can get in the way. So there's a chance of things not working out. So any results I talk about in this presentation are not typical. It takes effort, persistence and patience on your behalf. And I'm not promising any miracles in what I'm teaching you here. Your house is unique and different, and so are you. So you can expect different results with every house. This is the disclaimer I have to make so nobody gets the wrong idea here. I'm talking about renovating your home so that you get a home that suits you, that uses little energy. That being said, I want to get straight into the 3 things I promised I'd do for you today. Let me now reveal to you how you can renovate your dream home on your budget, no matter what your budget is, so that money's not a problem for you renovating your home. How good would that be? Let me show you how. Let me start by telling you an interesting story about Mary Jean and Shecker's home renovation. Mary Jean and Shecker bought the worst house in the best street. So here you can see Mary Jean and Shecker's home before they started their renovation. Yep, it's in a very rundown state. It was difficult even getting up the front steps to get into the house, if you can believe that. Just looking at the home, you'd think, well, yes, this house is going to cost a fortune to renovate and restore. But underneath all of what you see, this house had quality and charm. And this quality and charm could really be brought out. So working on this basis, we set about achieving Mary Jean and Shecker's dream home. Now, Mary Jean and Shecker had a very limited budget, and I mean limited, but they were resourceful. They sourced materials that came from the same period and in the same character as their home, such as the bay windows that you see here that look like they've always been there. They're in fact a new addition. When I say new, it's a second-hand bay window that they bought, and they had a builder install the bay window as part of their home renovation. Looking at the home and the bay window, you never know. It created extra space in their home without having to build a whole new addition. And Mary Jean and Shecker loved natural materials like marble. So they bought some marble slabs and affordable and good quality marble, and they had this marble made up for their kitchen bench tops. So they got the quality and look they wanted in the kitchen with their limited budget. And they liked the retro look of their existing cupboards. So they remodeled their kitchen and painted the cupboards and installed the marble bench tops, adding a new cooktop. And this is the end result. Mary Jean and Shecker were more than happy with the results, knowing that they could renovate their house using what they had and sourced what they needed, all within their limited budget. They made the most of what they had and demolished what they didn't want. Mary Jean and Shecker found that all they had to do was add a small ensuite and robe at the back of their home. They didn't need a big addition to their home. So you can see on the floor plan that the hatched area shows what was demolished. They got rid of the old construction that wasn't solid, like the toilet at the back and the sunroom, an old internal hot water service and the front steps. And what was important to Mary Jean and Shecker was that they got the connection from their home to their beautiful garden at the back of their house. For them, this was priceless. And the best thing was that the renovation didn't look weird or odd or out of place. Mary Jean and Shecker's home renovation made their home look like it should always have been built that way, with fabulous views of Port Phillip Bay and garden views from the kitchen. When their home renovation project was close to completion, they told me that their neighbour had said, "You must have spent millions." They hadn't. Mary Jean and Shecker only spent a tiny fraction of what their neighbours thought. They had to. They had a limited budget. But the value that they added to their home was more than $100,000 over what they spent on their home renovation. So Mary Jean and Shecker could renovate their house on their limited budget and transform it into the home they wanted. A beautiful energy efficient home with low energy bills, a home that was comfortable to live in, warm in winter and cool in summer. So how can you achieve your dream home on your budget? Well, here's how to do it. Make the most of your existing home. Work out what's really important to you in your home. So for Mary Jean and Shecker, it was to have the garden views. So you can take a moment in this training to write down what's important to you to have in your home when you renovate. What you must have in your renovated home. So I'll give you a few moments to think about this right now. What's important to have in your new home? Write them down now. That's right. Write them down now on the worksheet. So this is for you. Writing this down now is for you. I can't see what you've written down, but it's important for you to have this down on paper for your home renovation. So when you renovate your home, you have this in mind. I'll give you a couple of moments more. Everyone's different. So this is critical for you to work out so your house feels like home to you. Now you can renovate on your budget by using second-hand recycled and salvaged materials like Mary Jean and Shecker's bay windows. You can find materials that have the same character as your house. You can project manage your own home renovation, so working with a licensed builder to build the building work. You want to make sure you've got all your plans worked out before you start building work. Now, here's how to apply this to your situation. How you can renovate on your budget no matter what your budget is. Well, you can work out your floor plan of your house and draw it up so that you can see what you've already got in your house. Decide what's critical for you to have in your renovated home. Once you've worked out your floor plan, you can work out what products and materials you want to organize yourself. You can then start to work out where you can buy these materials economically or in bulk, or as second-hand materials. Once you've worked out how you want to have your home built, you can start looking for a builder who will work with you on your home project. So you want to make sure that the builder has a current domestic building license and insurance for the work that they'll be doing for you on your home renovation. So how good is that if you can get the house you want for your budget? Now, would you like to know how you can make your home comfortable both in winter and in summer without air conditioning or a lot of heating, and to do this with low energy bills? The beauty of this little known secret is that it makes sense. It's simple and straightforward, and it's easy to do if you know how. But if you don't do this in your home renovation, it won't work. If you follow these steps, you'll notice the difference in your home and your energy bills. So how do you do this? Before I teach you how to do this, let me tell you about Colin. I spoke about Colin earlier on in this masterclass. Colin and Libby's dream home is a home in Gippsland on the farm. Now you might remember that Colin was quite skeptical about the whole idea of sustainable homes, and Colin's partner Libby was totally committed to the idea of sustainable homes. And Libby was convinced that they should make their home renovation a sustainable home. Gippsland gets really hot in summer in the high 40s and really cold in winter where it can fall below zero. So for Colin and Libby, a straw bale home on a farm sounded like a good idea. So this is their house structure before they went to work on it to transform it into their dream home. So you can see a whole lot of poles and a rundown roof. This is what Colin and Libby wanted to use for their dream home. They worked out what they had to work with and removed what they didn't want. So what you can see here is a plan of their house structure before they started renovating, showing existing poles with concrete strip footings in between. They got rid of the poles they didn't need and kept the ones they wanted. And they had a concrete slab poured for the floor of their home. So from a rundown roof with a whole lot of poles on a dirt floor, they could transform their structure into a beautiful, comfortable home that stayed warm in winter and cool in summer. Here you can see some of the original poles from the house structure inside their home and their kitchen and living areas. Some of the poles were encased in timber so that electrical wiring could be concealed within. Now you might think that's the end of the story. But Colin, being the skeptic and an engineer, decided to put both of these to work on his new home. Colin wanted to know more. He wanted to know how energy efficient his home was. So he set up data loggers so that he could record the air temperatures inside and outside of his new home. And this is what Colin found with his data loggers. And this is why I say that you can reduce your energy bills by at least 20%. No matter what your home is built from. And you can make your home comfortable in winter and in summer. So if you don't like graphs, just bear with me. I'll explain the graph so you can see the real impact of what you're looking at. On this graph, you can see the temperatures measured on the left side. Each of the curves on the blue and red lines indicate one day. It shows the coldest part of the day at the low point and the hottest part of the day at the top of each curve. Then it goes back down to the coldest part of the night. This graph shows the indoor and outdoor air temperatures for the month of December. So on the left side you see the temperature, and if you look at the red line at the start, you can see that the coldest part of the day was around 14 degrees Celsius. Then it went up to around 32 degrees and then back down to around 16, 17 degrees and so on. The lowest point of the line is the coldest part of the day, maybe around 4 o'clock in the morning. And then the line shoots up to the warmest part of the day, maybe around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then it goes back down again. So each squiggle on the line represents one day. And you'll see the orange line in the middle, and that's what's called the comfort zone. This is between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius. This is where most people feel comfortable. Everyone has a different idea of what's comfortable. So you might be happiest at around 22 degrees Celsius, where someone else might find they want it to be a bit warmer, say around 25 degrees Celsius, and so on. The blue line is what Colin measured his indoor air temperature to be inside his new home. When Colin set up his data loggers, he set one up inside his house and one outside. The blue line is the air temperatures inside Colin Libby's home. The red line's the air temperature outside their home. You'll notice that inside their home, air temperatures are recorded as mostly in the orange zone, mostly in that comfort zone, showing that Colin Libby's home is comfortable to live in this case staying at a comfortable indoor air temperature despite the hot summer temperatures outside. So you remember what we're talking about here, how you can make your home comfortable in winter and in summer. So here's how you can do it, the simple way. Make sure you're writing this down. You shade your home from the summer sun. You stop the heat from coming into your home because the heat will get trapped. It's like the greenhouse effect, or like when you're in a car with the windows closed on a hot day, the heat gets trapped inside. And you exhaust the hot air out of your home. So hot air rises. So if you've got high windows that you can open, you can get rid of that hot air. This way the heat doesn't build up in your home. And you allow for nighttime cooling when the air temperatures drop at night. If you open your windows at night, then you can let the cool air in and cool down your home. You just have to make sure these windows are secure. And you have north-facing windows to let the winter sun into your home. This will allow the heat from the sun in winter to warm up your home. How does this apply to you? Let me show you how. Say your home is in a climate zone like Colin Libby's dream home, that it's hot in summer and cold in winter. Then what you want to do is to make sure you allow for the winter sun to come into your home. At the same time, you want to shade from the summer sun. You plan for the sun path for both winter and summer. These simple actions make a big difference to how hot and uncomfortable your home will be in summer and how cold and uncomfortable your home will be in winter. What you need to know is that the sun is lower in the sky in winter, and in summer it's high overhead in the sky. In winter the sun rises more towards the north from the northeast to the northwest, so it's a shorter day and the sun is lower in the sky. And in summer, the sun will rise more towards the south, southeast, and set more towards the south in the southwest. So you can let the winter sun come streaming into your living areas when you want it. And at the same time, you can block the sun in summer with sun shading and stop the sun before it comes into your home. It's really that simple. Along with insulating your home and sealing off any gaps and cracks in the floors, walls and ceiling of your home. And if you've got some way of storing the heat from the sun, you can use it when you need it. So in winter you can use the sun to warm up your concrete slab, for example. And your concrete slab will store the sun's heat. So when the sun goes down, the heat in your floor will keep your home warm and cozy. This way of storing heat from the sun works both in winter and in summer. So you need some thermal mass inside your home to do this. Then your home will be warmer in winter and cooler in summer, for free from the sun, without having to run the heater all winter or air conditioning all summer. The end result is that you'll have a comfortable home to live in with low energy bills, saving you money from the time your renovation is finished and every day after. So to understand thermal mass a bit more, think of a black mass lying next to a window, say a black cat lying in the sun next to a window. The cat's body absorbs the heat from the sun as the sun streams through the window. When the cat comes and sits on your lap, the warm body of the cat transfers heat to you. It works in the same way as thermal mass, a simple way of heat transfer. So for Colin Libby, their thermal mass was a polished concrete floor. Colin enthusiastically sent me these images of his home, showing how far the winter sun reached into his home to warm up his concrete floor. And he also sent me these pictures, showing us how well his windows were shaded in summer. So you can see here the north face of Colin Libby's home. You can see that their windows are in full shade, and this shade comes from the horizontal shading of their roof eaves. There's no direct sunlight coming into their home because of the shade from their eaves, keeping their home cooler in summer. So what you see here is a model showing buildings in the middle, and you've got north in front of you, south behind, east and west to the sides. And the yellow area here is showing you the sun path. So the line in front, the yellow line, is the sun path for winter. The line behind is the sun path for summer. And what we're looking at here is the sun. The red ball represents the sun for 12 o'clock for the longest day of the year, 22nd of December. The sun rises more towards the south of east, and then it travels high above the buildings. So the sun at midday is shining down onto the tops of the buildings, and then it sets more towards the south in the southwest. And this is a similar model that's showing the sun path for winter. So for the shortest day of the year, 22nd of June. So the sun rises more towards the north, and it stays low in the sky. So it's shining more directly to the face of the buildings, and it sets more towards the north. So this explains how Colin could use the sun in winter, knowing that the sun was low in the sky, to get the sun to come more into his living areas to warm up his thermal mass in his concrete slab. And also it shows how in summer, knowing that the sun was high overhead, that Colin could use the roof eaves to shade the north windows of his home. In winter, their thermal mass in their polished concrete floor absorbs the heat from the sun and releases it when the indoor air is cooler. And in summer, it absorbs the heat when it cools down outside and you open your windows to let the heat out. It's really that simple. It's incredible when you know how. And now I'd like to show you how your home can seriously affect your health. And I mean seriously, how your home can make you sick. What I'm about to teach you is what every home renovator should know about, and in fact, every homeowner should know. So let's get into it. Let me tell you a story about Les. Les owns some land in Berwick. Les asked me to help him with his home. So for those who don't know, Berwick's located in Melbourne southwest, and this is a picture of Berwick. Now Les found out that he had 10 centimetres of topsoil on a granite bed on his land. This meant two things to Les. It was going to be expensive to excavate through this rock to build his foundations to his house. And he was most probably going to expose himself to a naturally occurring substance, something that's more dangerous than asbestos. More dangerous than asbestos, I hear you say? A substance that's the second biggest cause of lung cancer in the US. A radioactive substance that's colourless, odourless and tasteless, that naturally finds its way through the cracks and fissures in granite beds. You can imagine the surprise that came to Les when I mentioned this to him. It's almost too incredible to believe, yet it's true. It occurs naturally in the soil in tiny quantities. A tiny quantity of radioactive material can have a big impact on your health. A tiny quantity of radioactive material can be deadly. Well, I told Les you don't have to believe me, and I gave him the contact details for the Australian Radiation Protection and Nuclear Safety Agency. It's hard to say who was more surprised, Les or the agency. They don't receive many calls from the public. They told Les yes, it's true. In fact, they offered to give Les a radiation badge so that he could put this in his house and measure the amount of radiation in his home. Well, you can imagine this came as no comfort to Les. Who would want to be exposed to unwanted radiation in their home? So what is this colourless, odourless and tasteless gas that's naturally occurring and can cause lung cancer? It's called radon. And in the US, this is what they report. Why is radon dangerous? Radon's responsible for 21,000 people dying from lung cancer every year. To put that in perspective, that works out to be 58 people dying every day. It's the second biggest cause of lung cancer next to smoking. And this is why all homeowners should know about radon. Radon can find its way through the ground soil and through gaps and cracks in rock underneath your house and work its way into your home. Radon gets trapped inside your home and levels of radon slowly build up to a point you're exposed to high levels of radon, higher than what's considered safe. This has become more important in recent times because we're making our homes more airtight so that they're energy efficient. So whatever goes into your home, including chemicals from furniture, building materials, finishes and products, pollutants and radon, it's going to get trapped inside your home and levels will build up. And like radon, a lot of chemicals are colourless, odourless and tasteless. You don't know that it's there causing you to be sick in your home. There's no red light to say that you're breathing in a harmful substance that's going to make you sick. Radon is the byproduct of the breakdown of uranium. It's natural and it's deadly. In the US, the Environmental Protection Agency recommends that all houses get tested for radon. Here in Australia, the Australian Radiation Protection Agency has tested houses for radon. They found that approximately 1 in 1,000 houses might have high levels of radon. Generally, they're houses which are on a concrete slab and have brick walls. However, the agency states that the only way to be certain of radon levels in your home is to get it tested. But you can do something about it to make sure that you don't get exposed to something as deadly as radon. You can find out if your house is in a high radon area and you can test for radon. If you find that you have radon in your home, you can get rid of it. So this is what every home renovator and a homeowner should know. How do you do it? Let me tell you. You can go to the Australian Radiation Protection Agency's website and check the average indoor radon levels for your suburb. Yes, they've tested the whole of Australia for radon. Buy a radon test kit and test your home for radon levels. Or you can buy a radon monitor like Les from Berwick from the agency's website. If your home has high levels of radon, it can be fixed. If you're wondering how to do this, here's how. Say you were like Les and your home was situated on top of a granite bed and you had a basement. When you went to the agency's website, you found that your suburb was recorded as having high levels of radon. Well, you can purchase a radon monitor from the agency's website and you can purchase a radon test kit. If this came back as showing high levels of radon, you can do 3 things to fix this problem. You can install an exhaust fan that will pump out the air from the room that has high radon levels. You can increase the ventilation to this room and you can seal the cracks and gaps in your foundation to prevent radon from getting into your home in the first place. Now, I promised you I'd teach you 3 things today. So to go over them, the 3 things were: number 1, how you can achieve your dream home on your budget. Number 2, how you can make your home comfortable in winter and in summer. And lastly, there was a topic on healthy homes, how your home can seriously affect your health, how your home can make you sick. So I've shown you these 3 secrets on how to renovate your home without costly mistakes. So how did I do? Did I deliver on my promise? I hope you think so. Now here's the real opportunity that I see for you. Now I see an opportunity for you personally, is that you too can have your dream home. A home that you know is healthy to live in. A home that has low energy bills. And most of all, a home you can show off to your family and friends. How does that make you feel? I see an opportunity for you where you can renovate your dream home on your budget, where you can make your home a comfortable home to live in, both in winter and in summer. And you can renovate your home so it's a healthy home to live in. How much would that be worth to you? Well, think about it. It would change your life. The good news is, it's not that you don't know what to do and it's all too hard. And it's not about renovating being too expensive. The good news is, it's about renovating your home on budget, making it a comfortable home to live in and a healthy living environment. It's about whether you want to learn the process and the step-by-step method on how you too can have your dream home. So what you need to win? You need the right plan. You need to know what you don't know so that you can renovate your home without making costly mistakes. You need the right process and you need the right help. Your home renovation will be a big investment for you, and for some, it will be the biggest investment you ever make. You want to know that at the end of the day, you'll be happy with your home renovation, and this will be your dream home. Having the right plan, the right process, and the right help means that your home renovation will run smoothly, and you'll be confident that you'll end up with your dream home at the end of the day, or within your budget. You'll have more time for the important things in life. And this is exactly how I've helped my clients get their dream homes. So what now? So what now that you're really excited? I see that you've got two choices. You can click away and forget everything I've just told you and say, well, that was interesting. I had a nice time. And go back to watching those home renovation programs. But if you do, it also means that you go back to your old house and lifestyle, not knowing where to start. I don't believe that's what you want. But if you really want to make things different and to change your life and your home, then here's how I can help you. And yes, congratulations. Here's a gift that's valued at $497, the gift I promised you at the start of the training. Are you ready? I've set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak to 15 people only about how you can apply these ideas to your life starting today. Whatever your biggest problem is, I know how to solve it. So take the momentum you have right now and use it to get your dream home. We've got a lot of experience and we know how to solve it. So what I'm about to offer is a 45-minute free home renovation advice call. And on that call, I'll help you in 3 ways. Listen closely. First, I'll talk to you about your biggest challenge right now. Tell us what that is. Second, I'll help you solve it. You tell us what your challenge is and we'll solve it for you. And third, I'll set out a step-by-step plan as to how you can reach your end goal without costly mistakes. Would you like me to give you a plan to take the stress out of your home renovation? So listen up closely. Who is this for? This is for people who own their own home, who want to renovate their home. You want your home to reflect your healthy lifestyle. You want lower energy bills and you want change in your life. So if you meet this criteria, if this is you, then great. If you can say yes to all of this, then I'm happy to help you for free during a 45-minute strategy call. If this sounds like you, then here's what to do next. Schedule a call with me by simply clicking the link you now see. Then afterwards, you'll get a form sent to you with a few questions about your home. So why do I do this? It's a fair question. If we make a connection and you're absolutely positive that I can help you with your home renovation, then you may want to apply to work with me. If we can do this, it's a win-win for both of us, and that's great. If not, there's no issue at all, and you're most welcome to use this information you've learned in the best way to renovate your home. There's no obligation. So if you like the sound of that, here's what you need to do. Click the button you now see. We can't offer this to everyone. I'm happy to help you. It's a gift to you from me. We have a 48-hour window available only for 15 people, so be quick to grab those spots. I hope you got a lot out of this training and that you can take the strategies that I've taught you today and use them on your home renovation. On a 45-minute call, I'll help you in 3 ways. I'll talk to you about your biggest challenge right now. I'll help you solve it. I'll set out a step-by-step plan as to how you can renovate your dream home without costly mistakes. So click that button you now see on your screen now and get your appointment booked in with us. We have a 48-hour window available only for 15 people. No wasting time. Make a decision and take action now. My name's Bridget Pushka, and it's been an absolute pleasure and privilege to teach you these things today about how you can get your healthy, energy-efficient dream home. Click the button right now and get your spot locked in before all the spots go. Until then, I look forward to talking to you on the strategy call. Bye for now.